Morning guys, welcome to another tutorial video from Parts Factory Australia. Today we're going to be doing an overflow bottle install on a TM model Barina. That is the years, I believe it's 2011 to 2016. This is not a Spark, this will not be the same as a Spark, although it will be very similar, they're a very similar chassis. The overflow bottle design is different, the Spark's chassis is quite thin. It's actually quite a simple process, guys. You've got two 10mm bolts on the front of the front support panel and two pipes with two hose clamps to tackle. It's really actually only about a 5-minute job, but there are a few little tips and tricks that I'd like you to make sure you know before you try and tackle this job as a DIY. Once again, leave the clamp on the pipe and give it a twist. Even what you actually do, little tip here, set them right out to the width of the diameter of the pipe itself and actually grab the pipe and twist it with the pliers. You hear that? Now it's slippery. Now you'll be able to tackle it with your hand. Like so. Try not to tip too much coolant everywhere. Coolant does have an oil property inside of it. Let's get back into it, guys. Start with the bottom pipe first, slide it over the bottom section. Try and keep the crimp facing upwards so that if it ever needs to happen again, it's going to be an easy job to tackle. This is probably the most tedious job right here. Getting this bloody hose clamp back over the top. Put it back in the same position would be nice. Now you can start with the two 10mm bolts, and there's a slide here that slides into a little slide pin down there. Two 10mm bolts in the top. 1 and 2. Tighten them up with your 10mm. Don't have to be too tight, guys, you'll simply crush the plastic if you go too tight. Put your pipe again, slide that over, set your crimp pliers up to the right size, crimp it in, and we are all done, guys. Fill it up with water. Generally you'll need to have the car running in order to prime the cooling system. I'll give you a few little tips and tricks and the best way to do that. I'm going to fill the water bottle today because a lot of it will actually pull through. Doesn't matter if it goes everywhere, guys, if you're using water, but if you're using coolant, I wouldn't recommend doing that. Leave that off, leave that kind of loose for the time being. Thanks for watching another video from Parts Factory Australia, guys. If you did need this part, we do have it online on our website, www.partsfactoryaustralia.com. My name is Lucas Strabs, and you've just seen another Parts Factory installation video, courtesy of partsfactoryaustralia.com.